Hey there, Jen Frost here. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks for joining me for day 2 of the 6-part video series on the 6 phases of success. Yesterday, we touched on the first phase of success, which is achievement and identifying what it is that you really want to achieve. Tonight, we're going to be talking about phase 2 of this 6 phases of success. And in this one, this is actually probably my favorite one of the 6 phases. It's pretty closely tied with 6, but it is really one of my favorites. And the reason is because tonight is all about attitude. And it's all about your attitude. And it's all about how your attitude is really going to deliver on what it is that you want in this world. And how having the right kind of an attitude is going to start to bring all of these awesome opportunities into your life so that you can start to see what you really have the potential for and what you really should be doing with your life and how awesome it is to be living this awesome life that you deserve. So let's talk a little bit about success again. What does success look like to you? Does it look like financial freedom? Does it look like feeling healthy? Does it look like having awesome relationships? Does it look like just being happy every day and waking up knowing that you are doing the thing that you are meant to do in your life every single day? And how awesome and exciting is that feeling? So let's think about that for a minute, and let's think about how awesome would it be is if you could start to feel that every single day right now, even if that's maybe not your perception of your current reality. That is where I want you to be able to get to, because once you are able to start practicing gratitude and start being excited about where you are right now in this moment, that is when all of the opportunities that you need to be able to achieve what it is you want to achieve are going to start coming to fruition in your life. And this may seem like a crazy thing, but this is what it comes down to. It's what we call, in the laws of the universe, the law of polarity. And what the law of polarity tells us is that if there is a negative side, or if there is a dark side, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the thing is that you don't want, on one end of the stick, on the other end of the stick is the awesome, most best possible version of that. And both of them, if you can think of one, the other is also there. So why would we want to focus on the one over here that's not going to bring us the joy and that's not going to bring us the energy, when we know that if we can flip our mindset and we can start to live a life of gratitude and excitement and open to these opportunities that are all around us, that these things that are already ours are going to begin to reveal themselves to us. So that is what the attitude is all about. So what if you're stuck? What if you feel like you know you want to be doing something more, you know that you want to have a better attitude, but you just can't get over that hump? What if you just keep beating yourself up every day because you keep making these bad decisions, or you keep second guessing yourself every time you want to do something, and then the negative result appears rather than the positive result, and you just keep kicking yourself, man, if I had just done this or just done that or whatever. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to be forgiving with yourself, because the more you focus on all of these negative things that have happened to you up until this point, the more difficult it's going to be able to start to turn that mindset and shift it to something that's going to be able to help you focus on the positive. So we are all exactly where we need to be right now at this very moment in time, and from there we're going to grow. So the past is the past. If you live in the past and you live in all of these rules that you've written yourself in the past, and you do everything based on every single experience that has happened to you, then what do you think you're going to get? You're going to get more of the same. So now is your opportunity to find ways to flip that on its head and start to pursue the positive things and have that energy and really raise your vibe up to where it deserves to be. One of my favorite ways to do that is as simple as having a dance party. We at my house love to have dance parties. I know that may sound crazy to some of you, but it's super fun to just put on some music, dance around the house to your favorite song, and it just raises your energy. It's really, really hard to be in a bad mood when you are doing something like dancing around your house. And if people laugh at you, great, let them laugh. But have a good time with it. Enjoy yourself. Another super simple thing you can do, and if you're watching this at work or you're watching this, listening to this in the car, whatever it is, this exercise that I'm about to have you do is one that is going to, that works regardless of where you are and what you're doing. Maybe you can't put on the radio and have a dance party, but what you can do is you can sit up straighter. So practice this with me if you're watching this, or if you are in a place where you are able to sit up straighter. And if you can, you could even stand up and sit up and just put your shoulders back, look your eyes up into the sky, and smile. How does that feel? Now, I want you to do the opposite. I want you to just kind of think about what somebody looks like when they're depressed. What do they look like? Are they all kind of hunched over and looking down and like this? All right, so now I want you to go back to the positive outcome. I want you to put your shoulders back. I want you to smile. I want you to look up at the sky. And I want you to say thank you. Because this feeling that you have right now, you're thanking yourself because you can give yourself this feeling every single time. And it is really, really hard to feel bad when you have a smile on your face. So try it. Try and smile right now without, or try and get yourself in a bad mood without dropping that smile off your face. Can you do it? Come on, try it. It's a lot harder than it seems, huh? So that's another tip you can use when you're trying to shift your attitude a little bit. So another piece of this attitude piece is realizing why you've been stuck in the past and what is it about what it is you're trying to achieve that's been holding you back. So we figured out what you wanted to achieve yesterday, right? And you have that written down as a vision. And now that you have that vision, I want you to look at that and I want you to think about what is it, why have I not achieved this yet in my life? What is this thing that's holding me back? And this is going to probably take you a little bit of time. Oftentimes, just as it can be hard to write the vision for the first time, thinking about what it is that's holding you back from that vision can be equally as difficult because we are so used to living by the rules that we've been living by every single day that to really unpack and figure out what's holding you back from that, from thinking about something new and different, can be hard to come up with. So give it a little time. And again, I recommend pulling out that journal and asking that question. Just write it at the top. What is holding me back? And you're going to be very surprised at the answers that you get when you start to write this out. And, you know, just again, do it first thing in the morning. Do it right before you go to bed. Do it with a cup of tea and just start to reflect on this and think about these things. Because once you start to answer that honestly from your heart of hearts and not just the answer that you expect that someone would expect you to give, that's when you're going to be able to figure out how you're going to be able to flip that attitude so that you can then start to move forward. What we call those things that you're believing that are keeping you from moving forward. For example, that you can't move forward because you don't have the skills, or that you don't have the money to invest in yourself, or you don't have the time to invest in yourself. All of these excuses that you're giving yourself are all founded in some sort of belief that you have been told your entire life. You were probably told that by somebody when you were a very young age, and then everything that's happened between now and then has continued to reinforce these feelings. So let's get to the bottom of it. Let's figure out what is this thing that is holding you back, and then we can figure out how to rewrite it. Because once you're able to identify this piece that's holding you back, you can figure out, okay, what part of this maybe isn't true? Like, are you 100% sure that this thing that you think is such hard truth really is hard truth? Do a little research. Find a few examples online or in people in your life that you know that have proven this to be wrong. I mean, let's think about it. The idea that you can't be rich if you didn't come from money. Well, there's a lot of people out there that are now rich that did not come from money. Oprah, for one. It's a great example. She came from nowhere and really found a way to grow and to be able to become Oprah. So if Oprah can do it, why can't you do it? Another story I love about really holding the vision and having the right attitude is Jim Carrey, and the idea that he wrote himself a check for a specific amount of money, and he put that check in his pocket, and he would go and he would sit and he would look at the Hollywood sign, and he would just imagine himself an actor being paid this $1 million or whatever that dollar amount was. And do you know what happened when he signed on for his first big movie? Guess how much he was getting paid? That same amount as that check, because he held the vision. He knew that it was possible. So if he can do it and come from nothing, being a nobody, then why can't you? So that is something I want you to think about tonight. I really want you to really focus on your attitude and your perspective. And rather than being stuck, being really bummed about where you are now, I want you to start to appreciate where you are now as a good thing, because that is from there where you're going to grow. And the more you can find and appreciate and have the positive attitude now, the more you are going to be able to move forward and actually start to realize all the awesome things that you're dreaming about. So another really good way to do this that I recommend is as part of your morning routine, and we'll talk a little more about morning routines in one of the future sessions, but I highly recommend that you have a morning routine. But as part of your morning routine, first thing you do when you wake up is think of 5 things that you're grateful for. What are 5 things that you are excited about, that you're grateful for having in your life, and that you're excited about accomplishing that day? And I don't care if it's that you're happy that you have pink sheets. Like, it can be something as simple as that, but it's something that you can hang on to and you can be happy about and excited about on this day. The more you're able to practice using those gratitude muscles, the more they're going to expand your horizons, and the more awesome, great things you're going to see to be grateful for. And the more grateful you are, the more you're focusing on the good end of that law of polarity, and the more things are going to come your way. So you're opening up the opportunities, you're putting light out into this universe where you really need the light, the flashlight to shine on all of the opportunities that you have. So that is my other recommendation for you when it comes to attitude. Really, one is just to, whenever you're feeling down, you smile, lift up your head, and just think about smiling, and then think about trying to feel sad. It's really, really hard. And then also practicing gratitude, super important. And then also the limiting beliefs. So let's start thinking about those. I'd love for you to post in the comments what it is that you've come up with. What do you think that thing is that's holding you back? And then maybe we can all work together on rewriting some of those stories so that we can move on to the next phase, which I'm super excited about. We'll talk about tomorrow. And it is another A. So far we've got achievement, we've got attitude, and tomorrow we're going to talk about alignment. So come on back for day 3 of this 6-part video series on the 6 phases of success. I can't wait to have you, and we'll catch up soon. Bye.